You're listening to the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Number to call up as always is 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. The Stephen A. Smith Show. Brought to you by Weston. Weston knows how disruptive travel can be for your well-being, but with rejuvenating heavenly beds, a nutritious superfoods RX menu, and gear lending for when you leave your workout gear at home, Weston will help you stay in control and rise above it all. Weston, let's rise! Learn more at weston.com. Time for Straight Talk brought to you. It's time for Straight Talk brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Best phones, best networks, no contracts. Ladies and gentlemen, I sit here today, a very disgusted and nauseated individual. Now, be very, very clear. I'm incredibly excited by what we're seeing from the NBA playoffs. I'm incredibly excited. I might be just as excited, if not more so, than Commissioner Adam Silver, because I am fresh off a year of flat-out depression. Last year, when Kevin Durant decided to take his talents to the Bay Area for the Golden State Warriors, thereby dramatically shifting the balance of power in the NBA, there was really no competition. As you looked at the Golden State Warriors, there was nobody else worth talking about. Oklahoma City wasn't going to be on their level because they didn't have KD any longer. Houston wasn't ready yet. They didn't have Chris Paul. And no matter where we turned, or no matter what we looked around, the reality of the situation was clear. The balance of power had so dramatically shifted that even LeBron James, fresh off of winning another Eastern Conference crown, when asked about looking forward to going against the Golden State Warriors, his quote in Boston was, "I really don't want to think about that right now. It's just too stressful. I just want to enjoy this moment. It's just too stressful imagining what we're going to have to do to go up against Golden State, figuring out a way on how to beat them." He didn't even want to think about it. That is not the case this year. This year, when you look at the Eastern Conference, it's Cleveland, it's Indiana, it's Toronto, it's Philadelphia, it's Miami. Well, at least it's Miami for now. When you look at it, there's some parity within the Eastern Conference. And we all know out west, because Golden State looks like they'll get hurt by a piece of paper, for crying out loud. They're so damn fragile. Kevin Durant goes down last night. Sean Livingston goes down last night. Sean Livingston might be a little worse than Kevin Durant, who says he'll be ready for Game 4. The bottom line is, right now, it looks like a piece of paper can scratch the Golden State Warriors, and they might be gone for the rest of the series. That's how really fragile they look at this particular moment in time, which elevates Houston, which elevates the New Orleans Pelicans, with Anthony Davis and those boys looking like straight Rough Riders running the Portland Trail Blazers, and yes, Damian Lillard out the building. I mean, the annihilation that has taken place before our very eyes is absolutely flat out stunning. I never saw this coming. And we'll get into Dame, as in Damian Lillard, and what the Portland Trail Blazers are lacking, and how shocking this is and should be to the rest of us in just a few moments. But let me get back to my original point. All of those things are things to be excited about. Here's the thing to be disgusted about. The process. We love the process. Trust the process. In Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something right now. I really, look. I work for Walt Disney. It's Mickey Mouse. It's a happy place. I sincerely, from the bottom of my soul, I really don't want to get in trouble because I cuss somebody out. I really don't want to do it. Yes, I'm not trying to cuss over the airwaves, but I curse off the airwaves. I'm here to tell you that right now. Sorry, Pastor A.R. Bernard from Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, New York. That's my spiritual father. I'm sorry I had to admit over the airwaves. John, don't look at me like that. You curse too, okay? I'm really apologizing for cursing off the air, but it's the truth. I do. I've come a long way, but I got a long way to go. Having said all of that, this whole trust the process thing has gotten on my last nerves. I despise the process, and I despise everybody that applauds the process to the nth degree. Y'all don't understand what this does to me. That's really why I've hesitated to go to a Philadelphia 76ers game, because people see me and then they start in the stands, trust the process, and I want to throw stuff at people. It makes me sick. It really ticks me off. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get real knee deep up in it with you. First things first. There ain't a black man alive that could throw seasons in the world of professional sports and still keep his job. And a black man alive that can happen for. So number one, by bringing it up and celebrating it, you're highlighting the flagrant inequities that exist in our system. Because we understand that there are rules for different folks, just like there are different strokes for different folks. And we understand that. So that's a gimme. That's an automatic for me. But I'll get into just the basketball element instead of the social element. I'll do that for y'all right now. Let me tell you where it really resonates for me. Are you ready for this? When you drafted Joel Embiid, first of all, you traded Drew Holiday. Remember when you traded Drew Holiday? Remember that dude that's running roughshod over Portland right now? Remember you traded Drew Holiday? You traded him for a player in a first-round pick. Nerlens Noel in a first-round pick. How did that pan out? Nerlens Noel is a role player. He's a journeyman. And Michael Carter-Williams was the first-round pick that ended up being a rookie of the year, and you traded him. Okay, in 2014, you drafted Joel Embiid, but you stunk up the joint to position yourself. Joel Embiid wasn't your target. You got the third pick. He fell in your lap because he had injuries to his foot. And nobody wanted to spend the number one pick or the number two pick on him, which is why Cleveland drafted Andrew Wiggins before moving him to Minnesota. And Milwaukee got Jabari Parker, who's been perpetually injured as well. So you lucked up with that. The process wasn't going to necessarily help you there. Joel Embiid's injury is actually what helped you. So you got that going on. You stink up the joint. You win about 18 games. Okay? 2015 rolls around. You draft Jahlil Okafor. We all know how that worked out. 2016 rolls around. Okay? You finally get the number one overall pick. You got Ben Simmons, who couldn't play a full year, his rookie year. Let me tell y'all something. There are seasons that have been sacrificed in all of this. There are seasons that have been thrown to the wolves. There are seasons. This ain't some situation where, you know what, somebody plays for 60, 65 games in a season, but we ain't going anywhere. So guess what? The last 17 games don't matter, and we'll go from there. This is not that kind of season. The Philadelphia 76ers, in terms of their bogus trust the process, was throwing seasons. And so what happened? You got rid of Sam Hinkie. And I'm not blaming him because he had his marching orders from ownership, even though he was the one that sold it to them with his analytics and sabermetrics and all of this other stuff. And Sabermetrics wants to sit up here and brag about how when Joel Embiid is on the floor, the 76ers are a 68-win team. But if you don't think other teams knew that? They could have drafted him too, but he was injured. And they weren't willing to stink up the joint for a season or two or three. He missed his first 2 damn seasons. He didn't play a game. Last year he played 30. This essentially is Joel Embiid's 4th season. Am I right, Nuno? This essentially is his 4th season. How many people have a license to lose like that on purpose? See, what y'all don't get in all of this, what rakes my nerve, and this is important, because we got Magic and Pelinka in L.A. We got Steve Mills and Scott Perry in New York. We got Paxson and Gar Forman in Chicago. I mentioned the 3 largest markets in the United States of America because between them they got 5 NBA teams and not a single damn one of them are in the playoffs. You want to make a case for this? I'll tell you the case to make for this on behalf of the 76ers against somebody like the New York Knicks. It gives you cause to pause and say, damn, James Dolan, you stunk up the joint and don't even have anything to show for it. At least Philadelphia has something to show for it. You can say that. But I still don't applaud this. And I think it's a damn shame that y'all applaud it. This is embarrassing. You can sit up there and talk about trust the process all you want to. It's a national disgrace. It's anti-American. It's counterproductive and counterintuitive to everything that this great nation prides itself on when it comes to the world of sports. You all who love and trust the process should be ashamed of your damn selves. Y'all make me sick. Every one of yous. Every one of yous. Trust the process, trust the process. And they start chanting it when I'm at the arena at the Wells Fargo Center. I swear I want to pick up something and throw it at every fan who screams that. So y'all make me sick. I can take it. And I'll listen to it, and I won't visibly react to it because I'm a damn professional. And I'm there on behalf of ESPN. And what I do in terms of how I behave myself and how I conduct myself is a reflection on this great company. So I won't do it. But oh, trust you me, I'm tempted. Trust you me, I'm very tempted. I wish I could throw cans of beer at all of you or bottles of water at all of you. Every single one of you who screams about trust in the process, trust the process. You're through seasons. Where's your pride? Where's your dignity? You're through seasons. You stunk up the joint and lost on purpose and still took the paying customers' money. I go to the streets of Philadelphia for 3 seasons. It looked like a damn morgue during the basketball season. But now y'all want to sit up here and act like, oh, you know what? We knew, we were good with it, you liars. You flat out two-faced liars. That's what you are. You know you didn't like it. You know you hated it, and I know it because I was there. Don't give me that nonsense. Here's the kind of stuff that really gets to me. You know, listen, if you follow the Philadelphia 76ers strategy, how come Isaiah Thomas isn't still the executive of the New York Knicks? Why don't you just bring him back? Tell him he could lose on purpose for 4 years. He could do that. He could do that. While you're at it, why don't you get Derek Fisher back at the coach? You ain't trying to win games anyway, right? Supposedly, right? Right? Ain't that the truth? Y'all are so full of it. Make me sick. It's just a bunch of lies. I even got people here in Connecticut at ESPN headquarters, don't know a damn thing about Philly, ain't never been to Philly, don't care anything about Philly, talking nonsense, trust the process. They make me sick too, and I work with them. All of yous. Every single one of you. This is a national disgrace. I'm not talking about the players. I have no problem with Joel Embiid. He balled last night. And I told y'all he needed to be back in that lineup. Remember that? I told y'all that. I said, get him back in the lineup, damn it. Put a mask on him and call it a day. What the hell is wrong with y'all? And by the way, Justice Winslow, that was real Bush League for stepping on his mask like that. I mean, you better than that, bro. That's just weak. Shouldn't have done that. But Joel Embiid sits up there, his first playoff game, 23-7 with 4 blocks. That was sensational. Hitting threes, scoring in the lane, blocking shots. It was special to watch. It really, really was. But I'll tell you, having said all of that, there's no question that Ben Simmons is more important to this team than Joel Embiid. Because Ben Simmons, when the Sixers can shoot, who's the guy handling the ball and getting them the ball? This dude is an exceptional ball handler and an exceptional passer at 6'10". This dude, Ben Simmons, is a superstar in the making. He is a jump shot away from being the second coming of LeBron James. His first road playoff game, 19-12-7. This dude is special. Make no mistake. And I got news for you. And I'll go out on a limb and I'll say this. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Nuno, John, you sitting down for this? I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Here's what I'm saying if it does happen. If Marco Bellinelli, J.J. Redick, Covington, Saric, Anderson, if these guys hit jump shots like they hit last night, the Philadelphia 76ers will win the NBA championship. Yeah, I said it. If they hit jump shots like that, the Philadelphia 76ers will win the title. I don't believe they'll do it. I don't believe they'll hit jump shots with that degree of consistency. That's why I'm not picking them. I still say the champion is coming out of the West, whether it be Golden State or Houston. And right now, I've lost faith in Golden State because they're just too fragile. I think another injury is imminent. But I'm telling you right now, if Philadelphia plays the way they played last night, I'm talking about in terms of their perimeter shooting, Philadelphia's going to win the title. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because the Philadelphia 76ers can defend. They've got an elite big man. They've got an elite point guard. They've got youth. They've got athleticism. And on top of it all, they defend. At any given moment, if you take J.J. Redick off the court, the 76ers, everybody they put on the floor is 6'6" and above. And they defend. And they defend. Philadelphia 76ers can win the title. Right now, it looks like the only team that can stop them is out west, Houston or Golden State. It doesn't look like, I'm not so that I would pick the Sixers over Toronto. I wouldn't pick the Sixers over LeBron, and I think LeBron is going to beat Toronto. It's assuming Kevin Love is healthy, which he's not right now, but he gets healthy. But that's where I'm at with this. And I'm telling you right now, y'all heard it here first. The Philadelphia 76ers could end up winning the title if they hit jump shots. But for those of you who talk about trust the process, let's keep this in mind. Hinkie was pushed out. The commissioner intervened. Ultimately, Josh Harrison ownership there brought the great Jerry Colangelo on board. He ultimately brought his son, experienced executive Brian Colangelo, on board. And even though we've had some issues with what Brian Colangelo has done from time to time, it was him that went out and got Bellinelli. It was under his watch that those kind of things happened. So you got Bellinelli and you got Saric and you've got Covington and you've got Redick. He did bring Redick. It was him that gave Redick a 1-year deal for $23 million. That was him. So you understand what I'm saying? Brian Colangelo isn't a part of trust the process because he wasn't throwing games on purpose for years. That wasn't Brian Colangelo. That was not him. That wasn't Jerry Colangelo either. That was not him. That's what I'm saying. This whole process, when you talk about trust the process, y'all are celebrating throwing seasons. You should be ashamed of your damn selves. Ashamed. What you did to the city of Philadelphia for 3 years. Y'all could kiss my you-know-what. Kick rocks. Y'all make me sick. Who can do that? Can I ask you a question, Nuno? John, does John Paxson and Gar Forman have a license to go to Chicago and lose? Hey, Chicago's. We're going to lose for the next 3-4 years. Do we have a license to do that? They have a license to do that? How about the New York Knicks? New York Knicks come to you today. All right, I need you to trust the process. We're going to lose for 3 straight years, straight, on purpose. We ain't even trying to win games. We're going to make sure we purge the roster and we do everything we can to get in the way of winning basketball games. Can the New York Knicks do that? The Brooklyn Nets are irrelevant to folks outside of Brooklyn. They can't do that. Can the Clippers do that? Can the Lakers do that? Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, we trying to lose for the next 3 years because, I take it back. They don't even have to try. How about 1 year? How about Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka coming out to Los Angeles right now? Look, y'all, we ain't trying to win on purpose. We want to lose on purpose next year because we're going to stink up the joint because it's going to put us in position to get a high draft pick, not to mention the cap space that we got, and we'll give y'all 2019 and beyond. But this upcoming season, the 2018, 2019 season, y'all, we going to lose on purpose. Can they get away with that? But the Philadelphia 76ers can. That's what they did. You should be ashamed of yourselves. All of you out there talking about trusting the process. You're an embarrassment and a disgrace to competition in the world of professional sports in this great country of ours. You are a national disgrace. Anybody who endorses the process. Y'all can kiss my you-know-what. I can't stand y'all. Trust the process. Trust the process. Almost no other team could get away with doing that. And certainly no black man could get away with being an executive and losing on purpose. But y'all want to celebrate the process, huh? Y'all are a disgrace. Anybody who chants that nonsense is an absolute disgrace. And I will never let it go. I will never let go of the fact that you won a combined 28 games in 2 years. And then you won 28 the third year. I will never let go of that. And the only reason you won the 28 the third year is because Joel Embiid played some games. And that was after Colangelo arrived because the commissioner spoke up. and forced y'all to make change. Josh Harris damn near almost lost ownership because of that. Y'all make me sick. And I want you to know it. By the way, though, spring has arrived. That means so has the Major League Baseball season. The crack of the bat, the smell of the grass. It's time to head to the stadium and experience all the action. What's the best way to get tickets to the ballpark? With Vivid Seats. That's how. Just download the free Vivid Seats app and easily find seats wherever your favorite team is playing. From front row to upper deck, Vivid Seats has options to fit your needs. After all, spring is here. So get outside and treat yourself to tickets to your favorite team. Download the free Vivid Seats app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticket partner of ESPN.
Craving even more of Stephen A?
Him of all people.
For around-the-clock access to the man?
I'm Stephen A.
You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Stephen A. Smith and on Facebook at Stephen A.
To win in basketball, you got to play great coverage, right? And with Straight Talk Wireless, you know you're getting great coverage because they use the exact same 4G LTE towers as the big carriers, but for a lot less. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart. Refer to terms and conditions of service at straighttalk.com. Plus, ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Home Insurance. Getting a quote is easier than ever before. 888-SAY-ESPN is the number to call up. That's 888-729-3776. Before I get to the calls, let me tell y'all something. I am absolutely stunned at what I'm witnessing in this New Orleans Pelicans Portland Trail Blazers series. Listen, we must have forgot. We're all guilty of it to some degree. When you look at Rondo, and remember, this is the guy that was on the Chicago Bulls. Last year when he went down, the Chicago Bulls were actually winning that series until Rondo went down. Once he went down, series was over because they lost their point guard. He's a champion with the Boston Celtics from 2008. There's a guy that gets it done, particularly when the pressure mounts. He doesn't wilt beneath it, and we get all of that. But for him to still keep doing what he's doing, it's a big, big deal. Jrue Holiday has arrived. He's not flashy. He's just a guy going up against a star, in my opinion, in Damian Lillard. That it's just hard to imagine what he's done. Damian Lillard isn't even shooting 33% in this series. He has been put on lock and key by Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is bigger. He is stronger. He plays above the rim better. He's just as fast. And Damian Lillard, a star, Mr. Clutch as far as I'm concerned, seems ill-equipped to do anything about this. C.J. McCollum did his thing last night. He had 22 points. He didn't play bad, but Damian Lillard is just, this guy's all over him. It's just a really, really bad look. There is no way around this. There truly isn't. And I got to tell you something right now. Portland Trailblazers going to get swept. Series ain't going back to Portland. I can't see it. They had a shot last night. Ladies and gentlemen, they didn't lose. They got annihilated. This game wasn't as close as the score indicated. They got destroyed. Anthony Davis doing his thing. Mirotic doing his thing. Jrue Holiday was relatively pedestrian. Both him and Rondo had 16 points, even though Rondo had 11 assists to go with it. But they've galvanized everybody. I'm not thinking about the Pelicans against the Blazers in this series anymore. There are two things on my mind. One, the shocking, stunning display of Damian Lillard, how he's been held in check. Because I love his game. And I'm shocked by what has been done to him. The other thing I'm thinking about is New Orleans is going to be hell for the Golden State Warriors to deal with in the next go-round. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like competition, how about this? Anthony Davis, the superstar that is Anthony Davis, because he is a superstar, make no mistake about it. The superstar that is Anthony Davis against Kevin Durant. How about Jrue Holiday versus Klay Thompson? Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get interesting, very, very interesting. There's no way around this. I got to tell you that. There is no way around this. It is what it is. And I'm looking at it right now, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? This is special. It really, really is. We shall see what happens. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Chris in Virginia. You're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Hey, Stephen A., man. Hey, I love you, man. I don't always agree with you, but, I love listening to your show.
Thank
but
you.
You got me concerned, man. You really got me concerned.
Go ahead.
I've been a Sixers fan since fo.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most painful experiences of my life was the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But, Stephen A., we're hearing about this, constantly. It's like an obsession with you,
Oh,
and,
no. Not me. The fans. Everywhere you go. Trust the process. Trust the process. That's not me. Everywhere I go, I encounter it. That's not me bringing it up, Chris. Everywhere I go, these people are getting on my last nerves.
Well, Stephen A., Philadelphia.
No,
if you
I'm not.
Say it,
no, I'm
they're
not
going to
talking
keep
about.
on going. Every time they see you, they're going to keep on bringing it up and hammer it home. So talk about it some more. Let's just let it go.
Listen, Chris, don't call me up for that. I'll do what I want to do. It's my radio show. If they get on my nerves, it's no problem. I can handle it. Let them keep coming at me. That's fine. As long as they know how I feel. It'll give me an opportunity to remind them every time about how ridiculous and pathetic they truly are. That's what I do. You ain't Dr. Phil. Your name is Chris. Stick to what you know.
I'm sorry?
Stick to what you know. You do you, I'll do me. That's how I feel, and I'm in the business. I get paid to express myself. So let's remember that.
And you do, and you're great at it, buddy. You really are. Love you. Love you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Mike in Denver, you're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good.
Just want to chime in on these playoffs. Like you say, man, they're getting real interesting. That New Orleans series, man, got all us in shock. I never thought that they're sweep pulling like they're doing, but like you said, the big thing ain't nobody looking at is that guard play from Rondo and Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is just smothering Damian Lillard, man. And like you said, with the interview Damian Lillard gave last night, he just said, hey, man, he just can't believe what's going on.
I didn't even see the post-game interview by Damian Lillard, but I can't imagine what he would have to say. They got destroyed. The New Orleans won this game 119-102. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, I watched the game from start to finish. It was not that close. It was not that close. They got destroyed last night. New Orleans was giving them the business. Mirotic dropped 30. Anthony Davis had 28 and 11. 28 rather. And 11. Yes, 28 and 11. Mirotic looked like an all-star. Looked like the second coming of Dirk Nowitzki or something. I don't know what the hell was going on. This was embarrassing. They got destroyed. 4 players in double figures. And I felt sorry. C.J. McCollum came to play. He really did. And Al-Farouq Aminu, he's not bad. He's not bad. But they got walloped. I felt bad for Terry Stotts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not coaching. This is not coaching. Now, usually, listen, when I look at Oklahoma City, Mike, and I'll tell you this, when I look at Oklahoma City, there are some things I'm saying to myself. I really like Billy Donovan, 2-time national champion, not trying to disrespect him, but some of it is coaching. This is not coaching on the part of Terry Stotts, y'all. This is Drew Holiday and Rondo saying the engine for Portland is their backcourt. You go as they go. And if we can neutralize Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, we're good. And ladies and gentlemen, Drew Holiday has put handcuffs on Damian Lillard. I am stunned, Mike. I am stunned.
I'm stunned, too. And I'm a Golden State fan. It's getting me worried now because we're going to need Steph Curry, man. Way they playing. We're going to need Steph Curry, man.
I will go as far as to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, I actually thought that even without Steph Curry, Golden State could win it, even if it was against Houston. I don't feel that way no more. They need Steph Curry. The Golden State Warriors cannot win and will not repeat as champions without Steph Curry. They need to get him back. Plain and simple. And by the way, sooner than later, this notion, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, I can't believe I'm saying this. I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm not sure they could beat New Orleans without Steph Curry. Because the way I'm seeing New Orleans play and the matchups themselves, Jrue Holiday and Klay Thompson can get interesting. Anthony Davis against Kevin Durant. Lord, what I love about this, though, boy, does it put Kevin Durant in the hot seat. And I'm not saying he can't handle it because he's a superstar. What I'm saying is this is what basketball is all about, y'all. This is what basketball is all about. You want superstars going up against one another. This is what it comes down to. And I just love what I'm seeing.
Season over, but you know, New Orleans and Golden State played 2 games before the season ended last night, and that was a key game for New Orleans, and they went up in Golden State and put hands on Golden State, man.
See? Right now, that's regular season, though. This is a different ball game. We'll see what happens. But things are getting very interesting. No question about it. By the way, the Stephen A. Smith Show is brought to you by Vivid Seats, the official ticket partner of ESPN. Download the free Vivid Seats app today to get your tickets.
That's just a sample of what you'll hear on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.